He didn't build this machine to destroy him. He bought it to help him. But tonight, Leo doesn't feel efficient. He feels obsolete. As he watches the software effortlessly mimic his unique artistic style, a cold, suffocating wave of anger rushes through his chest. Leo is suffering from a massive, hidden, global condition, AI resentment. It isn't just a fear of losing a job. It is a profound psychological identity crisis. Today, we decode the deep evolutionary biases that cause the human brain to hate the very tools we built to save us, and how to survive the algorithm. Part 1. The Uncanny Valley of Worth. Leo is a 34-year-old lead visual designer. For over a decade, his entire identity was built around his technical mastery. He was the creative guy. His self-worth, his social status, and his livelihood were entirely anchored to his ability to translate complex human emotions into beautiful visual art. When his agency first integrated advanced neural networks, Leo was optimistic. He used the tools to automate repetitive tasks like color grading or file exporting. He felt like a master mechanic using a powerful new wrench. But within a year, the software upgraded. It stopped being a wrench. It started acting like an architect. The agency started using the AI to brainstorm core creative concepts. Leo's job shifted from creating art to merely prompting and editing an algorithm. One afternoon, his creative director looked at a stunning piece of concept art generated by the machine and said, "Wow, it's amazing how this software understands human nostalgia better than we do." The sentence triggered an ancient, deeply embedded survival reflex in Leo's brain, the threat to human distinctiveness. Psychologists have long established that human self-esteem relies on feeling uniquely valuable. We tolerate machines because they possess utility. Trucks are faster than us, calculators are better at math. But the moment a machine encroaches on cognitive, emotional, and creative territories, our brain short-circuits. Leo didn't hate the AI because it was bad. He hated it because it was mimicking the most sacred part of his humanity. Part 2. The Locus of Control and Algorithm Aversion. As the weeks rolled on, Leo's anger transformed into a silent, bitter resistance. He stopped using the software. He went out of his way to find tiny flaws in the AI's outputs, loudly pointing them out in meetings. "Look at this shadow," he would say. "It's completely unnatural. A real human artist would never do that." Leo was experiencing algorithm aversion. In behavioral psychology, this is a defense mechanism used to regain an internal locus of control. When human beings feel helpless against an overwhelming force, our brains hyperfixate on the flaws of that force to artificially minimize the threat. Studies show that humans are wildly unforgiving of algorithmic mistakes. If a human doctor misdiagnoses a patient, we call it a tragic human error and give them a second chance. If an AI medical model makes the exact same mistake, we demand the entire system be shut down. Leo was desperate to prove that the machine lacked a soul. He was fighting a cognitive battle to preserve his ego. Every time the algorithm generated an imperfect image, Leo felt a toxic hit of dopamine. He was cheering for the failure of his own agency's workflow, entirely blind to the fact that his resentment was driving him into professional isolation. Before we see the moment Leo's resistance causes his career to collide with reality, let's ensure your own mind is future-proof. If you are trying to navigate the anxiety of an automated world without losing your sense of purpose, hit that subscribe button. We decode the deep psychological shifts of our changing world every single week, so you can stay ahead of the curve. Now, let's look at the darkest trap of AI resentment. Part 3. The Prometheus Complex and Social Despair. The The breaking point arrived during an annual performance review. Leo's manager sat him down and gently told him that his productivity metrics were falling behind his peers, not because Leo's human work was bad, but because his co-workers were collaborating with the AI to produce 10 times the volume. The manager said, "Leo, you are fighting the tide. The machine isn't going away. You need to adapt." Leo went home, sat in his dark studio, and looked at his canvas. He felt a profound sense of existential dread, known as the Prometheus Complex. Named after the mythological Titan who stole fire from the gods only to be eternally punished by his own creation, this psychological state describes the specific terror of a creator being exiled by their own tools. Leo looked at his paintings and thought, what is the point of spending 40 hours on this if an algorithm can simulate it in seconds? Is my human experience completely worthless? This is where AI resentment turns toxic. It stops being a critique of technology and turns into learned helplessness. Leo stopped painting altogether. He fell into a classic psychological trap. He allowed the efficiency of a machine to dictate the value of his human expression. He mistook the speed of execution for the depth of meaning. Part 4. The Metacognitive Realignment. How did Leo break out of the downward spiral? He didn't become a tech bro, and he didn't join a Luddite rebellion. He saved himself through a process called metacognitive realignment. Step 1. He decoupled the product from the process. Leo realized that the machine only cares about the final image, the output. But human psychology thrives on the process of creation. The neurological benefits of painting, the flow state, the tactile sensation of the brush, the emotional processing, cannot be replicated by a software program. He started painting again, not for a paycheck, but for his own nervous system. Step 2. He identified the curatorial edge. Leo stopped competing with the AI on speed and volume. You cannot outsprint a supercomputer. Instead, he leaned into his high emotional intelligence, EQ. He realized the AI is a master mimic, but it has zero lived experience. It has never known grief, heartbreak, or the taste of coffee on a rainy morning. Leo began using his deep understanding of human psychology to direct the AI. He stopped treating it as a rival artist and started treating it as a highly competent, completely mindless intern. He reclaimed his role as the master architect, using the machine to handle the heavy lifting, while he injected the raw, authentic human nuance that an algorithm can simulate but never truly feel. Leo survived the transition because he stopped asking the machine for permission to feel valuable. The resentment we feel toward artificial intelligence is ultimately a mirror. It forces us to ask an uncomfortable question. If a machine can do my job, what am I? The answer is simple. You are the consciousness that built the world. A machine can analyze 1 trillion data points of human history, but it will never experience a single second of it. The algorithm is an echo. You are the voice. Protect your sovereign mind. Are you feeling the weight of AI anxiety in your own career or creative life? Are you running away from the technology, or are you learning to command it? Let's talk about the future of human meaning in the comments below. Give this video a like if it helped you reclaim your value today, and I'll see you in the next one.